Alright, 1, 2, maybe testing now, there we go. Alright, fam, good morning, Grand Rising, what is up, what is up? Happy NFP / unemployment release day. It's Friday, June 7th. See who we got. We got a Sniper, we got that boy Mark. What's going on, Mark? Saint, 4D Prophet, Bitcoin Mommy in the house. What's going on? Tamid Wali, what's up, what's up? Hopefully you guys are having a good Friday. I just wanted to come on here, watch the NFP and unemployment release with y'all. I ain't gonna be on too long because I'm not trading today. But I did want to watch this release and just give some of my insights to some of the things happening in the market today. Give me 1 second, fam. Right back. Alright, my bad, family. Forgot I was, brewing some coffee. Didn't want it to sit there all morning. Alright. Let's see how we doing. In these lovely, lovely markets. So like I was saying before, fam, it is June 7th. It is NFP and Unemployment Day. And I'm here just to kind of give my thoughts on some of this stuff as it releases here in about 15 minutes or so. There actually is a bunch of other data coming out, some CAD data as well. But we will primarily be paying attention to this right here. Right, the unemployment rate. Because I would love... My volume sounds a little low, like me. I have no way of turning me up. I could turn the music down more. But my volume is jacked all the way up. Hold on, let's see. It's probably NVIDIA Broadcast doing something here. I mean, y'all let me know. Is that better? Is that worse? I couldn't imagine it's worse. Morning, Matt. That seems better. Let's see. 4D Prophet. 4D Prophet. Who art thou? Because you're a mod, but you must have changed your name. Oh, it's Eric. Oh, okay. That makes way more sense. Okay. Fair enough. I have a buy limit set on gold on the low 5-minute LP. Okay. Yeah, it's probably not a terrible idea. Actually, I wanted to speak on gold a little bit. I'm gonna speak on the unemployment rate first. Forecast to come out at 3.9 to a previous of 3.9. I do suspect this will increase a little bit based off some of the jobless claims and just ADP, and there's less jobs available in general. So I'm over here cheering for the 4%. Again, I'm not really trading today. I just know 4% is going to benefit me across the board. It's going to send my stocks higher, going to send my crypto higher, going to send my gold higher. So that'd be pretty cool. Gold we have to talk about. Some interesting news over there. You might have seen some interesting price action it had overnight. Very macro economically driven is the best way to put it. But yeah, just a little bit about the unemployment rate. Again, this is path number 2 that the Federal Reserve is watching. The first path they're watching, of course, is the inflationary path. If inflation comes back down to the 2% range, that would justify them cutting rates. The other path to that is if the labor market continues to weaken, right? So if we see unemployment go up, if we see non-farm payrolls come down, if we see things like initial and continued jobless claims, which come out on Wednesdays, if we see those rising, and then also even if you paid attention earlier this week, we also had, just to throw some additional side parallel data in there, God forbid I could find this because that would just be amazing. Oh, there we go. ADP employment report. Actually, no, I'm sorry. No, not this. Was it last week? This was Wednesday. No. Okay. Where's the Jolt's job openings? There we go. Also, there's a couple things happening here, right? You have job quits, which are rising, so you obviously have people leaving work, and then you also have job openings, which is seemingly rapidly declining. So the labor market is, by all measures, in my opinion, weak. It's showing weakness all around. Openings are decreasing, quits are going up, continuing jobless claims are going higher. I mean, even NFP today is expected. What's the NFP number? I haven't even checked. All right, 185 to 175. So again, they're expecting increases. I'd be surprised if NFP comes out higher, but that's just me. Again, I'm on the weakening of the labor market side. Now, of course, you know, if we do get this higher unemployment rate, and it could just come out at 3.9, it could just not change. That is what it is. That's just it's really not bullish nor bearish. It really just means we need more data. But if we come in at 4%, you're going to see this dollar absolutely tank. There's going to be nothing stopping this from free falling today. If this comes out at 4%, and if we for some reason come out lower, which again we'll talk about, I don't think it's realistically what we'll get, but if it does come out at 3.8, 3.7%, we might actually see some nice rallies in the dollar. But my feeling is that it probably comes out at 3.9. We might see a little bit of a sell-off because of that. But if we get the 4% reading, the dollar might be trading as low as like down here below this candle. So maybe even breaking out of the 103. Be questionable if we hold down here. We may not. But I would be looking for a move very directional to the downside if and only if we get a 4% or above reading. Coming at a 3.9, probably going to be an annoying day. Again, you probably spike down, but you probably don't close below. So in order to close below here, we're going to need that 4%. That 4% print. Now just to talk a little bit about gold, which is sort of related, sort of not related. It's going to be interesting how this kind of responds today. But you'll notice that gold spilled over pretty crazy overnight. And obviously there was no dollar strength, right, in the market. Now, this is off the backbone of China, right? China has announced last night, and I have to look into the details of this. I only read the headlines, so a little speculating here. But the headlines are around China stops buying gold, right, for their reserves. So if you didn't know, China's been on I think it's like an 18-month buying spree of gold. And at this point, they have announced they're done doing that. Where that money is going to go and all that questionable stuff, I have no idea. Again, I didn't read the reports. I'm sure some of that is highlighted in there. I don't really care about what they're going to do with their money quite yet. They're probably going to throw it at something stupid like Nvidia. Just kind of a joke. Hopefully they don't, because that would... Stock's already fucking crazy. But yeah, they've been on this 18-month buying spree of gold, and they're going to stop doing that. So it did send the price of gold down, because again, this is a lot of demand that's been pushing on the market, which the market now knows is just gone. Now, there's two reasons on why China would stop doing this. One, they've hit their goal for their reserves, so if they had some sort of goal, they were looking to accumulate X amount of gold, maybe they've hit that. Maybe it was a timed-based accumulation. Maybe they were like, hey, listen, for the next year and a half, because again, they stopped after 18 months. Maybe they, again, it's time-based. They're like, hey, we accumulated this enough. Or two, they're just done buying it at these prices. They want to just sit on their investment now and benefit from the fact that a bunch of central banks are going to start cutting their rates. So it is a little, to me, it's a surprise. Again, I don't know if one of those first two paths are what happened, on whether or not they just hit what they looked to acquire. Maybe they ran out of capital. Capital's getting tight for them. I don't know. I'll have to dig deep into that, and I'll come back to you guys with some more information. But the market is going to see this as a just decrease of consistent demand that used to be there for a long time. Again, if we look, again, if they've been accumulating this for 18 months, again, they're probably a big part of the reason why we've even kind of broken out. So, yeah, so this is like the monthly here. Let's go back like 18 months. Alright, so they've been accumulating it since like pretty much here. So, again, not a bad spot. Their average price is probably, somewhere in the middle here, and they're probably just looking to ride this out. But yeah, if you're wondering what happened to gold overnight, that is it. China stepped in and said, hey, we've done a lot for this. I can't find where that just went, but they're like, we've done a lot for this asset, and we are done doing that. So it does make me believe that gold is probably in for a pretty interesting day, depending on what this unemployment number is. If this unemployment number comes out above 4%, right, and the dollar sees some weakness, I'm curious how much of this it's going to rebound and recover, and what that's going to impact on the daily candle is going to be like. But if we get 4% unemployment, man, this might be a really nice rebound that people can kind of take advantage of. Now, if we don't come out at 4%, I think what what Eric's talking about over there. He's got a buy limit set on gold on the little 5-minute LP, which I'm not sure if he means like this LP, but some stuff that concerns me structurally on gold is definitely these lows here, which we've talked about this week, which I actually also got burned trying to trade into, but that's a different story, I suppose. So yeah, if unemployment is a letdown, man, gold might have a really interesting day. Again, I'm not really looking to trade today. I'm just here to narrate and talk and kind of give my thoughts on some of the releases that we're about to get. But definitely some interesting macroeconomical decisions from China on this pair. And shout out to Matt, who caught this entire sell-off. Not because he knew what China was about to do, but because he played the classic live OB at the top here. So took overnight liquidity, you know, climax candle engulfing with the higher volume. Pretty beautiful play. His setup probably looked something like this. And then I guess he held it overnight, which just gives you a fantastic risk to reward ratio. Yeah, if you call it that 1 to 6, 1 to 8 overnight, shout out that boy. Also, why these live OBs refuse to play out during New York session, I'll never know. These midnight live OBs, man, they really be paying. Let me see if there's anything in chat here real quick. Yeah, that's the one. Naz hinting for sells. We'll take a look at that as well. I don't think Naz did anything overnight, though. Yeah, he's right. He's an international spy for sure. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like, I don't know. Matt's timing on that was kind of too good to be true. So it's like, you know, Matt got the message from his market maker. He went short, and then China was like, "Alright, we got you now." So, shout out to you, bro. That's like the only trade. Like I agree with you. I wouldn't even trade today. But like, if you're out of that, that's enough money. You know, you catch that on even one contract, and that's like a nice $4,000 day. So, and I know you had more than one contract, so yeah, I would definitely wrap it up. Let's take a look at NQ. Again, I can't sell NQ, man. This is at all-time highs. It's just sitting at all-time highs. That just like... Yeah, I can't fade this. I wish your trade the absolute best. And again, this is just gonna react purely off the news. If unemployment comes out at 4%, this is gonna shoot for like 250 points higher at the least today. If it comes out at 3.9, you might sell off. You might like push below 19k. But again, like unless unemployment comes out at like 3.8 and like it actually decreases, I would guess that you probably don't even close below the 19k level. Especially after my shitty week. Hey, listen, bro. A shitty week could be turned around with one good trade. It's like you could lose Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then you can just come in and, you know, catch a good trade off unemployment. You could be having a fantastic week. You know, it's like even me, like I say, like I've had a bad week, and like I've had a bad week from the sense that I've had a lot of good reads on price, but a lot of shitty executions. But like my losses aren't really like the number isn't what makes it a bad week. Like that's just whatever. That's just that, like that's all risk management. You know, so it's like I feel like we've had a shitty week just because, or I have anyway. I mean, your own trading might be different, but I've had a lot of good reads with a lot of bad decisions made around those reads, which is the worst type of week to have. But let's see what we get here. Again, we got about 30 seconds or so, 50 seconds. I'll just come out at 4.1%. Then I'm gonna have to make a whole video. And I can follow up my tweets from months ago. The LP was not it? Okay, yeah, you were playing. Yeah, I would watch those 4-hour tweezer lows, Eric. I would suspect that those break. Again, unless this comes out at 4%, then gold's just gonna rally and there's just nothing that's gonna stop it. Alright, 4.1% unemployment loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Show me that 4.1, baby. Oh, interesting reaction. Can I get the number though? %. I seen 6.2 for Canada, and I was about to fucking lose my shit. There's that 4% unemployment rate, though. What did NFP? Oh, NFP came out at 272, though. Wow. That's a little interesting of a... It's a huge NFP number, though. With 4% unemployment, so unemployment went up and NFP went up? Over 100K? That's crazy. Oh yeah, we might have to take a Friday trade. I'm not gonna lie to you, I really like the sweep of this. If gold holds above here, again, I would be cautious immediately buying it, but if something sets up down here, I would not be opposed to taking the opposite side of this. The daily candle's probably god fucking ugly though. Thanks, China. Alright, 4% with... There goes the DXY as well, not being able to close below because of that NFP number. The question is here is what takes precedence for the rest of the day, right? Because you have conflicting stuff. You have NFP with a major beat of 272 over, what was it? What was previous? 190 or 170? What was previous? 65. Jesus, over 160. Wow. Okay. Or unemployment with beat of 4% over 3.9. These are conflicting as all fuck. So I'm gonna be honest with you. If the DXY takes above this level, something forms, I might have to fade this. Gold stopping in its tracks right there too. Let me just see how other stuff responded. Look at EU, bro. That's a crazy dip. I might have to be nuts to try to buy into this. I would only buy into gold, which still looks fucking nuts to buy into. Huh. That's an interesting release. Not gonna lie to you. That's not what we want to see. Major conflicting numbers. Let's just see what some of this other stuff is here. Hourly earnings with a slight increase. What is this, year over year? Year over year, a little bit of an increase to government payrolls and foreign payrolls. What a beat out of NFP. Unemployment still ticking over 4%. Yeah, man, I think I might have to... I'm watching this closely. If gold even gives me any sort of technical reason to get in, I'm fading this news. I'd be willing to bet if I was right that we get a close on gold up by 23.67. It's amazing that you've been calling this for months. Truly blessed and thankful to be able to trade by your side, bro. I mean, yeah, it's we'll see how this responds. The NFP number is not super supportive of what we're looking for here. When does bad news actually become bad news? Uh, what bad news? What bad news? And bad in what way? Bad for the economy or bad for the markets? Because it's not the same thing. I think I'm gonna take a hold buy though. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I really might have to take a little stab here. But I think the market is gonna care more about this unemployment number than it's gonna care about NFP. I kind of want this to still get grabbed, or gold to. It's gonna be tough for me to get anything down here like a live OB. This is just halting, bro. This would not be halting like this if the true move was down. But this still pushing up. What's EU doing? This is still moving down, but gold. Yeah, give me a few more bearish candles down here real quick. But I really do. If not today, if we hold here and I mean we close above this next week, I'm only trading to the buy side. Increasing unemployment. I mean, so the unemployment needs to hit 4.1%. It needs to. And the reason why I say that, Mark, is because we need the headlines, and we only get the headlines over 4.1. And I went over this yesterday, like for the trade room, but I'm gonna go over it again. And the reason why I keep saying 4.1 is because 4.1 is the headline number to give us, oh, we've had the highest unemployment since December of whatever. All right, because we've kind of held under this. Well, we're missing a headline today because if we would have came out under 4%, then we would have had the longest streak of unemployment under 4%. So, RIP to that headline. But yeah, we need to tick above 4.1 before it becomes an issue. Before it becomes something that people actually generally look at. Which is really unfortunate for people like me, but 5% was the Great Recession. Yeah, it's different times though. You can't use the same numbers. Unfortunately. I really do think I want to take a gold buy though. I really want to stab this down here. That candle flip bullish? Nah, not yet. The problem is I don't trust running my stop right here. Because the DXY can easily... she's getting close now. I really don't think fading this move is gonna be tough. But gold, you look so good. And you're so overextended. When this news is bullshit. There's no way NFP came. I'm gonna make a prophecy right now. You guys hold me to this next month. We'll see if I was right. But I'm willing to bet that NFP gets revised next release. I'd be willing to bet anything that the next time NFP comes out, they also revise this NFP. Watch, guaranteed. What we come out as. Remember what we came out as? 270 something? Remember this, because they're going to change this. They're going to change this the next release. It's going to come down to watch, 180, 170. Guaranteed. Guaranteed they revise this next release. I'd bet anything they revise this next release. And I'll place my bets in the market. Not with you guys, so don't send me an offer, but I'm just telling you. I'm willing to bet that NFP gets revised next release. That's bullshit. There's no way we're at 4% unemployment with 272 at an NFP. That's fucking nonsense. They're using that for this. They're using that to justify this. I promise you they are. I'll even put money behind it right now. I'll take gold buys right now. Just to fucking spite the market. I'm gonna run 23.22 as my stop. And again, we're gonna look for like a 23.66 close today on gold. It's like a 1 to 5.6. I would also try to hold this for longer, but unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna get that. I'm also gonna scale in more if this comes down, but I doubt I get to scale in more. I would love to get my average price like down here, but it's unlikely. Unlikely. Actually, we probably don't need to risk that far. I'm gonna add on to it. I'm gonna need a little bit of room. Whoops. To go to top step. Yeah, we can average it. Okay. Let me just go take a look at what NQ is doing. Yeah, I find it hard to believe that NQ is gonna hold down here too. You just do a quick run through. ES, I don't have YM on my watch list. YM doesn't even have the wick to the upside. Whoops. I bet 14.99. I'm telling you guys, I'm pretty confident they're gonna revise that bullshit come next release. I'm betting on this. This takes precedence today. And I also highly believe that NFP next month will be revised down. Those are my two beliefs, that unemployment will, by the end of the day, take precedence over this bullshit NFP beat, and that NFP next month will be revised down. Maybe not as far as I said, but overall, I do believe that they'll revise that down. I mean, it came out at 272. I'm willing to bet they revise it down at least 50k, so down to like 220, which again would still be higher than today, but yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that. Did you see Coinbase is offering Nano, Bitcoin, and Ethereum futures? I did not see that. The last thing I seen from Coinbase was their smart wallet or whatever the hell that was. How is Coinbase stock doing? Yep, a 250. Beautiful fucking thing to see. If you didn't buy any of this below 100, I mean, you must have just had no faith in the crypto market. To be quite honest with you. It was such an easy pickup. Alright, let's see what Nvidia is doing pre-market. Wow, it's actually down. Oh, Mark. What's good, bro? What do you like about my thoughts here? So Nvidia, I think Nvidia is a house of cards waiting to collapse. Not just because of the price and the growth, but I've learned some things about it. So Nvidia has a bunch of opened internal lines of credit for their customers. Obviously, their big customers like Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, Tesla are all pretty protected. They could all front their bills. But all these AI startups, bro, these are AI startups that are not cash rich like the above companies. Nvidia lends money to these AI startups that are broke. Again, the AI startup gets eaten by the bigger tech because the bigger tech's just going to copy you anyway. And that leaves Nvidia with the bill at the end of the day. So I think these internal lines of credit, if true, because I don't know how true they are, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing this. And the fact that Nvidia accounts for 42% of all the S&P growth, that I think this is a fucking house of cards just waiting to collapse. Again, I'm not calling a top here, but I'm just saying, like, this is these internal lines of credit for AI startups is not a move. You would need to see what those internal lines are. I know, which is tough because you're never gonna get that information. I don't think, but if this is truly happening and they're primarily giving it to AI startups, this is a house of cards. They're definitely something to consider. So I think, I mean, technically I could sell shares now, can't I? Or do I have to hold to end of day to get my, I have to hold to end of day today to get my split. So I could sell on Monday. Yeah, I'm gonna see what happens post-split, but I'll be honest with you, I think I'm gonna cycle my money out of this. Not all of it, obviously, because I know in the super macro, I'm gonna regret that. But, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't gonna take a little bit more off this. Alright, let's take a look at GME. What's GameStop doing? So GameStop pulled the ultimate move, by the way, overnight. Their stocks moved. I wish I could see the post and pre-market stuff here. It was crazy. This moved all the way up to like 65 last night, and now it's down to 36. And I think what's funny is here is GME moved up their earnings report. So they filed earnings like last night, or released, I should say released earnings last night, and then they also did that because they also dumped 75 was it 75 million shares? I think it was like 75 million shares on the market. So essentially they released their earnings report because they couldn't dump these shares pre-release. So they released the earnings report. Sorry, had to sneeze. So they released their earnings report, which was like absolute shit, by the way. Let's see if we can get it. Yeah, look. So, absolutely shit. Alright, reported revenue, or estimate revenue is 900, almost a billion. They were only reported 881, so, earnings report was shit, so they pushed us up early to take advantage of all these people that were, like, basically funneling into the stock post-market. Like 65 or whatever the hell it was. Dumped 75 million shares on the market, essentially tanking the price back down to like 35. And then now you have the whole, again, like, roaring kitty thing that's going to happen later today, which, I mean, now the shares are kind of floating out there, so really all not that surprised about that. But yeah, I'm interested to see what happens with this today. I don't think he's gonna sell. Some people are betting that he's gonna exercise his options today. I don't think he will. I think it's more of just like a hype thing. Another thing is like it's gonna be hard for him to exit those positions anyway. He's basically got two options. He can either try to exercise the calls, which from what I understand will cost him about $250 million in cash to do, or he can sell off some of his actual holdings. I think he holds like 5 million shares or something crazy like that. So you could try to like offload these, but I like that's gonna send the like that's not gonna help you. That's gonna just spook people. So I'm not sure how he gets out of this. Again, I don't you don't have to exercise all the calls, I don't believe. So I mean, like if he's got enough cash to just exercise some of these calls, I think that's like the best bet for him to do. Like if he could just exercise maybe like 10 to 15% of it, that would help out. Because then once he gets the cash, then he can exercise the rest. I don't know. He's gonna have to smart kind of get out of this. But again, the options, again, is not an area where I'm super confident in. Let me see what Mark's talking about here. NVIDIA gives mirror vibes. You would need to see what these internal lines of credit are and how they are reported. Bet you they're in the 10K, just gotta know how to look. Yeah, that's a possibility. We could maybe have AI look into those reports and see if it can find anything on the lines of credit. You would have to sell some options, need the cash to exercise at the strike. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he's like his only way out of this is to slowly exercise the calls at the strike price, which is like 20 bucks. So he's gonna strategically have to get himself out of this. I don't think offloading the 5 million shares would help you at all. In fact, I think that would it'll hurt you more than anything. Maybe he can use that as collateral. Maybe. I, I don't know. You'd probably have to go to the people that you're trying to fuck over to get the collateral, so I don't know about that. But yeah, I don't see why he couldn't just exercise a small portion of this, make some money, use that money to exercise more, and just kind of repeat that until he's out of that and then can just sell his shares. Something also tells me he's just not gonna. I mean, I'm pretty sure these calls are for like June 21st, so he's also gonna run out of time, right? Because you still need to front the cash even if they expire. I believe. I don't know. I don't trade options, so if I sound like an idiot, it's just because I am in this space. So yeah, we're happy to have a really interesting day in the markets. Again, though, I don't think he does anything today. I don't think he, oh, there goes the dollar spiking, taking that level. What's gold doing? Gold is just sitting by break even for me. Little negative. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, man. Interesting markets that we, are a part of right now. Let me see what Lucy is looking at here. Interesting. Oil starting to fall. We could take a look at oil real quick. Even though oil been smacking me around. Actually, not. I mean, well, I just had no faith in the buys from down here. I should have paid more attention, specifically to this 4-hour OB. That's what really fucked me. The rest of it is like not even that bad of a read, but we should have just paid more attention to that 4-hour OB down there. I wasn't really expecting that to hold because usually, like very early order blocks like that without any sort of structure usually don't hold. So, kind of surprised it did. Yeah, oil is getting the engulfing on the higher volume. You could maybe try to sell this. It is at some good pricing. Again, you've pushed above these highs. It's not a terrible attempt here, I don't think. I'm gonna leave it alone personally, though. No, you can just sell the calls. Really? So if he just holds to expiry, then he don't gotta front no money then, huh, Mark? That sounds like the play then. Why even try to exercise it? Took a little stab on AU. Let's take a look real quick. It's so funny that AU literally moved down to the level that we were. That's what I'm saying. I like these. This 5 minutes not closed though. Oh, 3 minute live OB. Okay. What's gold doing on my second screen? Nothing. Is this making any sort of? No. I'm hoping gold pushes a little lower. I would scale in another contract because I'm pretty light on it. But also, if it starts moving up, I can also throw another contract in it. But those of you that want to follow Matt, although Matt, technically, brother, let me just go check out the futures real quick. Technically, brother, these are not confirmed by volume. But you might still... Maybe the 5 minute, maybe. Dollar is... DXY has the volume confirmation. I'm in that gold buy with you. Okay, Omar, let's go, brother. Let's go, bro. Hopefully that works out for us. He screws them. He screws them by exercising calls on shares that don't theoretically exist. But that's the thing, though. They do exist now. Because isn't it only... It's only 12 million shares, isn't it? Like, GameStop just sold 75 million today. So, like, the shares exist in the float now. And I think that's why... honestly, this shit sounds more like a psyop more and more. Because it's like, why would they even do that, right? Like, you know, realize, like, they just moved up their earnings a whole week and sold 75 million shares. It's like that sounds like the inner workings of a way to get the shares that are needed to cover him if he does exercise them. So it's like, I don't know, man. I'm just saying, like, I feel it feels like the shares are out there. It feels like that ideology that, like, they can't cover his call options is not a real thing. Again, I could be wrong. The options is not the area that I trade in. So I could be wrong, but that's how I understand it. That's why it seems like they did that last night. Like, what other reason did they have last night to move up their earnings, which were just absolute shit, by the way, and then immediately sell off 75 million shares? I mean, shout out to GameStop. I mean, like, you know, they doing their thing, raising the money. But it's a little suspect. Yeah, the 5 minute did not come. Yeah, it might need a little bit more time. We also have another hour candle coming in, bro. So yeah, see AU right back down. It's like even the same thing with like gold here. It's like I wouldn't be surprised if gold. And again, if gold fills this out, like I'm probably gonna end up taking another contract and still running that same like 23.20, because right now I'm risk managed to a level where like if it pushes to 23.20, I'm fine. So if I get more confirmation here, I can add another contract and reduce my risk some as it starts to move. And again, like I wouldn't even be opposed to adding contracts if we start to break above here. Like I don't even need better pricing. I just need a way to be able to start, you know, reducing my stop level. But I very much like the turnaround potential. Although I really don't like that it's Friday. I would have preferred this to happen like early in the week so I could take advantage of it all week, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, in total he has 5 million shares and another 12 million shares equivalent in calls. You are right, after the 75 million sell, it's there. I think they even had it beforehand. Like, honestly, I think they even had it before, but like now we know they have it now. So that's why I think he'll wait. He'll hold off. I remember too, he's sitting in profits too, so like even like this dip, like it's a lot of money lost in his P&L, but like unless this breaks below like $21, like he's not even concerned. So exactly, that's why I didn't take an entry, just because of the day. It looks saucy, but only for a scout. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. I'm gonna have to be out of this relatively quick today. Honestly, I'll be honest with you guys. Most of the reason why I took this is just because, again, I haven't been executing on the things that I've been seeing appropriately. I'll say it's not that I haven't been executing on them. I've been taking some executions, but there were so many times where I called something and it did what I wanted it to do, and then I waited for more information and I didn't get it. And so, like, right now, like, I'm just having faith in my analysis and seeing what the result is. It's like poor science. Again, like it's not. I'm not looking to be like, oh yeah, I made $4 grand today. Oh, I'm so good, rah rah. Like, it's like nah. Like this is like a. I have to be in it just because there's really like a loss isn't gonna bring me any further down in how I feel about the week. I already feel like the week is a loss. I've already reviewed most of my trades from the week. Like I've already done all the work I need to like justify. Like, all right, we had a pretty shitty week. We're gonna come back better next week. So this, like, if I lose on this, it won't even hurt me mentally or like psychologically. But if I win on it, it'll do a lot to reinforce. Okay, like now you're doing the things. You're acting on the things that you see. Things are working out, you know. So there's, for me mentally, there's like way more upside than there is potential downside, because I've already put myself in a hole, dug that hole, and then dug a staircase out of the hole, right? Which is what I do when I have a bad week. Usually I'm like, I let it hit me super hard, I beat myself up over it, and people will tell you not to do this, but when I have a losing week, like, I beat myself into the ground. Like, I look for every reason on why I was wrong, how I fucked up. I will call myself an idiot. I will beat myself into the dirt, because it's easier to get up from the dirt. Like, so it's like, instead of like just like hovering above it and being like, oh yeah, like, you know, and then having room to go down, I just beat myself into the dirt. And then I say, all right, cool. Let's get back in this shit and just get back up now. So I've already done that for the week. So like gold can't do anything to me that I haven't already done to myself. So for me, the Force Science trade is just like nothing but upside. You know, a little bit of downside, like, is another, you know, it's like somebody throwing dirt in your face after you've already fell in the dirt. It's like, okay. One day I'll execute a trade that large. What's interesting is it looks like 5 and 10-year bonds sold off as well. I'm telling you, it's because some people are playing the NFP number, some people are playing the unemployment. All right, DXY pushing up again at the new hour. Looking to fill the wick from the previous hour, which is typically not a problem. It's going to do that right off the gate. So a good little open from the DXY. You know what I should have did? I should have put... Am I able to like put this live? Like after like... Should have made this like live for everybody, because I really ain't doing too much here. DXY is still pushing up. I have gold on my other screen here, which is doing nothing but just sitting at break even, which is not bad either. Take a look at that AU. Yeah, that AU still continuing lower. EU still continuing lower. And then gold kind of just sitting there, so chilling for now, man. Chilling for now. Trees more like here. Hold on, let me go make a tweet real quick. Shout out to those of you guys that follow me on Twitter, by the way. Trying to use it more than Instagram stories, because fuck Instagram stories. I'm gonna say US unemployment now back at 4%. First time since 2021, with a little eye emoji. Because for those who know, you know. Alright, gold's still pushing up a little bit for us. That's pretty cool. The DXY still doing its thing. Beautiful little bounce here. Again, hopefully we continue keep this same energy up. Oh no, I'm the last person in the group chat to say happy birthday to my boy. Oh no, I lost the race. Thought everybody was gonna wait till noon. So good, I'm gonna go call him on FaceTime. Okay, why are y'all blowing up this chat? This. Mute for 1 hour. Alright, Gold. Looking good, baby. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy, baby. DXY filled the wick. Still really no reaction here, but again, as long as Gold's doing its thing, that can sit up there for as long as it wants to. I wonder if YouTube notified everybody else that we are publicly live now. It'd be nice if we can get a real nice push into the close. Like I would love 2375. Might be asking for a little much out of that because we need to just erase that, which is the news candle, which again we are fading because that NFP result is bullshit. In case you're just joining us. I like Twitter over Instagram. Instagram feels like kids at elementary that call you ugly, and Twitter feels like a cafeteria at a high school. People making beats on the tables energy. Nah, that's kind of funny. That is, yeah. I mean, especially for what I do. Like I don't even be posting on Instagram. Like I don't be like posting like life updates or like it's just really like that's where most people that I've connected with that trade have just connected with me on Instagram because I really didn't use anything else. And getting them to move to Twitter is like painstakingly annoying. But Twitter is inherently 50 times better as a platform for people that are trading or posting finance updates and stuff like that. Yeah, once I post something on my story, it's just gone after 24 hours. It's like, most people just tap through stories, like, so it really is like the worst place for me to post anything. What about Threads? Fuck Threads. I tried Threads. You know what I disliked about Threads is like when I was using Threads, the algorithm wouldn't show you posts from people you followed. Like the entire like main page of Threads was just like people I didn't even follow. Like there's a bunch of celebrities and people like I just didn't care about. And I'm like, dude, why would I ever why would I ever post somewhere where like if somebody else opens up their app it just doesn't show my shit? Like at least with Twitter, like yeah, there is a For You page and it will show you people you don't follow, but like it also will, if you engage with an account, it will also, put those people in there too. So again, Threads has probably changed since then, but it's like if you're using Threads, just follow me on Twitter. Like who has Threads but not Twitter? Like I just don't get it. I could do what Abel does. Abel has like some sort of automation where like when he posts on Facebook, it just posts it also on Twitter and Threads and like everywhere. But I don't like doing that. Just follow me on Twitter and fuck everything else. Missing you on real. What up, Kyle? What's good, brother? The real question is why is Kyle in my stream and not live himself? That's the real question of the day right now. Boy, it's NFP unemployment day. What are you doing, brother? But now we appreciate you, man. thank you for tapping in. Bitcoin 71. Bitcoin's been at 71K for fucking like 4 days now. It's not a. I don't know why you're updating us on that. Bitcoin's quite literally been sitting at 71 for like days. Wake me up when Bitcoin's above 80. If it's not above 80, don't die. I don't care about what it's doing. Fact, I chose us to sit this one out. That's fair enough. I see you've been killing it all week anyway, bro. Don't even sweat it, man. Yeah, Kyle's a good dude, man. If you're not tapped in with Kyle when he streams on YouTube, I mean, I would tell y'all to get tapped in, but it kind of conflicts with my streams. So maybe have both going. I don't know what to tell y'all, but shout out that boy either way. I need those Ethereum ETFs to start trading. Yeah, we waiting, Mark. we waiting, bro. AU making the 5 minute now, still holding. Okay, let's take a look real quick before we get too sidetracked with some other crypto stuff. Yeah, still not volume confirmed, my brother, but I wouldn't be again, I'm still trading that direction with you, bro, so I'm not fighting you on it. But yeah, technically speaking, we still don't have what we're looking for. But it's okay. It's like, honestly, and Matt, I'm gonna need Matt and Wally's help. Not help, but feedback more than anything. Because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I've been thinking over the last 2 weeks pretty hard about my role in the trading space and what I offer and what I do and how I help people. So I've been trying to like think of a way to repackage my offerings in a way that allows me to, like, I want to teach for free. I'm gonna be honest. I do want to release most of my course out for free, which does a great disservice to the people that have paid me for my course, even though that the people that have studied it and have used it have gotten their money's worth. Like, Wally's made way more money than he paid for it. Matt's made way more money than he's paid for it. And there's some people that just haven't, but that's more a reflection of them, I would think. Again, I mean, I put the pressure on my people. Like, the content's there, study it. I'm trying not to devalue y'all, but yeah, I really think I'm gonna remake a lot of the lessons from my course and put them on YouTube for free and just teach for free. The people that have my course will probably get migrated into something called like a case study vault, meaning that I'll just have a bunch of case studies that just reinforce the education, and I'll just focus on that for them. And then the trade room will still exist, but the trade room is just, again, this is just me babbling on a stream, watching markets live, which is ultimately not the same thing as teaching. So that's just some things that I've been kind of considering, because I do want to get more active on here on YouTube. Let's see what we got here. Also, did you see that most crypto ruled as? I did see that, as they should be. I mean, I know that the whole security versus commodity question's always been around there, but I've always thought of them as commodities. I mean, people compare Bitcoin to gold, and people compare Ethereum to oil. Again, those are very, thin line comparisons, especially on the Ethereum oil side of things. But I mean, it's I have no disagreement with that. Oh, all right, gold. What are we doing here, baby? Because this is not the strongest of 15-minute candles here. EXY still hanging up. CFD chart. I'm on my FT account. What is FT again? Is that funding traders or something like that? Yeah, again, still though, the CFD still don't have the volume confirmation though. ERC tokens way closer to securities. Yeah, I would say, yeah, altcoins that are, yeah, so anything that's not a layer 1 or like a layer 0 is probably closer to a security. If you're built off of another chain, you're probably closer to a security. But any like layer 1 chain probably should be ruled as like a commodity. That's like always the way that I kind of seen it. which is why I've never launched my own like altcoin. Well, I mean the Skag token does exist, but it's not publicly traded with a liquidity pool. Only me and one of my really good friends, Nico, um owns the Skag token. But it's a reason why I've never launched like an altcoin or like a meme token, because I've always viewed that as a great way to have the SEC like knocking at your door. What CFD brokers are still accessible in the U.S.? Oh so many, oh so many. There wasn't a huge crackdown. It was just MetaTrader not no longer supporting CFD brokers. So it was more a crackdown on like MetaTrader's side. But there's applications like TradeLocker and MatchTrader. It's like if Trade was like, hey, no more prop firms, and it pulled everything from like Top Step, and like Trade was like, all right, no more Top Step, no more Elite Funder trading, and like it pulled all from there. It's like, okay, well, Top Step still has Top Step X, and they still have like Ninja Trader, and it's like, so it wasn't a regulatory body. It was just, you know, one application which had a chokehold on the industry, cutting people off, which inherently just, forced the industry to create more options. So, yeah, CFD brokers, absolutely. Like, all the ones that you've ever used, like, still exist. It's just you're not using MetaTrader no more. Skag token sounds lit. Yeah, it is lit. I mean, as a majority owner owning like 95% of the supply, I could say it's very lit, Omar. We rolling in Skag tokens over here. Actually, fun fact: there's only one Skag token, which I own 0.95 of, and then 0.05 of my boy Nico owns. So he owns, yeah, 5% more or less. I think he's maybe got a little less than 0.05. Do what you got to do, brother. Like I said, I'll be here, be there for whatever. Yeah, I mean, man, listen, like I'm just like at the point where like I've realized people don't use education. They just don't. I've had so many people buy a course and go through the knowledge, and they just don't use it. And it's just like it's a perpetual state of like it's like annoying for me, you know? So like I'd rather just put a video on YouTube and I get 100,000 views, maybe, if I could only be so lucky. Um and then cuz I know, so the way I look at it is like this, like out of 100 people that buy a course, here are true numbers. Like I can go in the back and I could show you guys these numbers, because as you guys may or may not know, like anybody that owns a course, like we can see everything on most platforms, which means I can go into your user and I could see which lessons you've watched. I could see how long in a video that you've watched the video. So like whether you say you've completed it or not on the like little button push, like I will know if you watched 4 minutes out of like an 8 minute video. So, and again, so like I have the numbers out of like 100 people, there's maybe like 45 of them will like actually get past like lesson 3. So that means like half of the people don't even get past lesson 3 right away, which is astonishing to me if you're paying for something. Like I usually passed like lesson 3 in the first day. I ain't paying for nothing if I ain't watching the first fucking, if I ain't sitting there for a couple hours and consuming the content. Otherwise, I don't know what you're doing. But yeah, less than 50% of people watch the first 3 episodes. The people that get to completion are like maybe 15 to 20% of the people. And then from there, if you give any sort of like assignment, which like I used to have in mind, like after you went through all the accumulation stuff, you were supposed to create accumulation charts and like show your work and like submit that, which gets really time consuming, by the way. But again, nobody would ever do it. It'd be like maybe 5 people would do that. So it's like out of 100 people, really only like maybe 2 or 3 are like going through all the content, applying the content, using the content, asking for feedback on it, and like actually growing. And it's like it's really annoying, because I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I'll take money from 100 people all day, no problem. Like, you want to send me money and then not use something, like that's fucking no problem. Like Amazon will do it, Apple will do it. You buy a computer, you never use it, ain't nobody give a fuck. But they're there to help the people that buy it. It's what they're there for. So the way I look at it is like, I could help 100 people paid and maybe 2 or 3 people benefit. or I can maybe help, 10,000 people or 100,000 people, and maybe a couple hundred will benefit from it. And then, then I have a community of 200, 300 people that are carbon copies of me. So I just want more carbon copies of me, more than I want the money that I get from people trying to be me. Which I think is a major growth on my side. Because your boy likes money. Passing over opportunities regularly. Yeah, that's a great little acronym for poor. I'm rolling in bull. Fuck bull. Is bull even up? That's on my degenerate wallet. I haven't even checked. I forgot that. Yeah, how's bull doing? How's boo doing? What else do I have in there? Nub. Let's see. How is bull? Bull's probably fucking. I probably lost all my money that I put in this. Yeah, it's precisely what happened. Yeah, I'm definitely down. Hasn't really moved though. Yeah, bull, nub. Nub is still at break even. Shout out to Nub because Nub just hasn't moved up or down. How'd that boo token go? Oh yeah, this one's 0. This was already at 0 when I bought it though. I hope it doesn't change your mind, but I would be overly grateful for it and go through it multiple times. Even got notes on all the trade room. That's a bro. If you have like, bro, send me a photo of that, brother. Like I might cause listen, I like to reward the people that put in work. So if you could show me your notes from all the trade rooms, I might even give you potential one-on-one, or I'll just give you access to some stuff. But I like people that put in work, man. I get more satisfaction from seeing the people that like actually apply this shit than I do the money that comes in from it. I'm waiting for Soul Mail to push. I'm down bad percent wise. Yeah, Kyle, you still on? Kyle probably not on here no more, but yeah, them I don't even think I could like even show this. Yeah, these are I don't know. I ain't gonna trash the project, but because it's it's already trash. It's like these are already trash. I'm telling you, utility projects, major utility projects are not gaining like there are utility projects out there that right now that have no volume behind them and they have amazing products. That little Soul Mail thing and like Soul Safari or whatever the fuck they have like all a bunch of slew of like different ones of them. They don't do anything. Like they're unnecessary. Like they're like nobody. First off, ain't nobody give a fuck about the Solana phone. Let me tell you right now, nobody cares about the Solana phone. If it, like you could give me a Solana phone for free, and I still wouldn't use it over my iPhone. Like I'd probably still go and buy another iPhone before I use that Solana phone. So like right away you're buying such a niche product. Like I've never seen a Solana phone. I don't know anybody that owns a Solana phone. I don't know anybody that would seriously use a Solana phone over their iPhone. So like buying into an app that is supposed to be on those phones for free and think that they're like gonna have some giant market like it's just stupid. It's dumb. You guys aren't thinking things all the way through. Like I would rather you guys not buy that and go buy a meme coin that has just a bunch of degenerate autistic people behind it. And I say that because that's what these people call themselves, and some of them are. So I'm not saying that like in a degrading way. Actually, I think people with autism make some of the best traders because they're able to hyper focus. So shout out to anybody that's lucky enough to be gifted like that, even though it does come with some cons, right? But it's like at the end of the day, I'd rather you go buy a community filled with just a bunch of degenerates than to buy something that has no community and no real use case. So it's like, I don't know, man. That's why I never bought into that stuff. I used to tell Kyle all the time, like, I'll call them like the MLM apps of like, the Dex tools. It's just they're so bad. Um, so yeah, I would just take your law. I would just consider those lost, man. We getting slow. I looked, Matt. I know we're getting slaughtered. Alright, gold's still just sitting in some profits for us. The DXY, again, not doing too much up here. Again, I do believe in the turnaround. I do believe that I would rather be a seller than a buyer. That's for damn sure. Again, because I am hyper-focused on this unemployment beat. That 4% over 3.9%, baby. That is very, very, very bullish for us. There we go, gold. So you just need a little bit of motivation. AUD still hasn't moved. Foreign currencies struggling. Again, gold I think is lucky enough to have moved again very far overnight. So this is hitting some really nice demand. Which even if this doesn't hold in the longer term, like we said, should produce enough for a scalp, considering that we do have, again, some sort of fundamental bias with us as well. Alright, we got the stock open here in about half an hour. Oh, no, I'm sorry, in about 5 minutes. Opens up at 9:30. I don't know if that's a half an hour. So we'll see how the market opens. Again, like NQ, like I said, probably not going to hold below this level. I could definitely see NASDAQ rallying and still closing at all-time highs today. Same thing with ES. They haven't produced anything that I normally teach you guys. Yeah, but there are some more advanced concepts happening here that, again, I have planned for the YouTube video, but one of the adjustments that we're going to make, and I kind of use this for myself, but this isn't like my preferred setup, and this isn't the best example either, but typically when you see like a candle like this that takes liquidity, and then it's erased by higher volume, so this obviously isn't a live OB because we don't have the engulfing candle, so like the new way I'll be teaching how to play this is like when you see something like this, all you're gonna wait for is an erase of this candle. And some people are gonna start to learn to jump in before that in anticipation of it. But once you see an erase of this candle, and you know you have the confirmation that buyers are putting in more demand after that, so it's like again a hard move down on decent sell volume. There's no follow through. Buyers step in. We erase that candle. Now you start to go long, and it just looks like something like this, right? So you take the buy at any point after that, run the stop there, and then you can target the buy side liquidity. So it's a variation of the live OB without an engulfing candle, and you play it again not because this just has more volume, but it's the increase of volume and the erase of the candle that swept the liquidity or was that final push down, which is more traditional to like an ICT type OB, I guess, but they don't use any sort of volume confirmation. But that's another future video that I'll be kind of teaching on as another execution model. So if you guys want to start testing that on your own, feel free. And if you do, let me know again when it wins and when it loses, because again this is something that I'm still personally collecting data on. But it's going to be a more advanced variation of the same play. On gold, that would look something like if you erased this candle. Obviously, we're in before that because we're playing liquidity and other concepts, but... And again, you probably wouldn't want to play it on a candle this large anyway. It's just not in the realm of how we do things. That's a great hack. Yeah, I mean, again, it's just adjustments. And this comes mostly, again, because the live OB, I've noticed, doesn't produce itself as much on the futures side of things. It will produce itself on the CFDs, but it won't produce itself on the future side, so we need an execution model that supports us still getting in on the future side without having to look at CFDs. And that's my current solution. Again, it's what I've seen, it's alright, but we'll have to, again, I'll need to collect more data. But it's very simple concept, really. It's not at all difficult. All right, we got the stock exchange open. Let's go take a look at NQ. Immediately opened down, huh? Let's go see how GME opened up real quick. Okay, so it did open up down at 37. I'm very interested to see what they do with that today. And Nvidia opening up down for the first time, I think, in a while. Most days it just opens higher. This is the first day it kind of opened up down. So that's actually pretty interesting. So that might actually impact NQ's ability to move up, but gold still chilling. DXY again, still no reaction from the DXY here. Holding up pretty well. Interesting. But we are still long here, man. Oh, bro, what? This is actually real? This is no way this is actually real.
Definitely. I hope this doesn't get misconstrued across the globe here. Like this could mean something.
Well, for one, it's like this is my kid's Spider-Man T-shirt that I rolled up this morning, and go figure.
I think this is fake. These guys are just fucking trolling me. They said Roaring Kitty was on their live stream at the open, but obviously they're just fucking trolling. Obviously they're just trolling, so. But to say, there ain't no way he's going on Top Step before his own stream. Should have knew that MP was lying about that. I don't know why I even just had to check that lie. And we are still long gold here from this morning. And the open pushing the dollar a little bit higher. See if it's trapping in some final NFP traders here. Take a look at what NQ is doing. It's doing the same thing, honestly. Oh, I did that on ES, only not NQ. So just to give you guys a little bit of more insight too about these jobs numbers, full-time workers seen a decrease of 625,000. So full-time workers took a 625,000 jobs hit. Part-time workers increased by 286,000. I refuse to hear anything about unemployment not going above 4%. I refuse to hear it. That's crazy. And this whole part-time like economy that we're in, this tweet that I'm reading blames Biden for it. But it's really not Biden's fault. The part-time job economy actually stems back from like Obama, unfortunately. So like ever since Obama's like healthcare fucking packages and all that bullshit, companies have just been on the whole idea of replacing full-time workers with part-time workers. It just saves them a ton of money on certain things like insurance and whatnot, especially if they keep their hours below 30. I experienced this at Apple myself, being a part-time worker and being like restricted on hours. So it's kind of crazy. You're looking at negative 625,000 full-time workers plus 286,000 part-time workers. This is also why I'm saying like NFP is going to get revised at the next release. There's no way NFP came in that hot. I refuse to believe it. Refuse to believe it. This is actually a tweet from Austin Silver. It says job numbers are fake. Powell was smart to not really pay attention to jobs as much as he pays attention to CPI and core PCE. That's also not true. Saying Powell is smart to not really pay attention to jobs. That's he laid out in the last meeting. He said it very very specifically and very clearly that there's two paths to cutting rates. One being the inflationary path, one being the labor market. So to say he's not looking at the labor market or that he's smart enough to not look at it is just dumb, because he very clearly told you they are looking at it. I don't think he's looking at NFP as a gauge for how the labor market's doing. That I would agree with. He's definitely smart enough to not fall for that, especially with unemployment ticking up. But to say that he's not paying attention to it, I think is incorrect. I think out of his own mouth, he said these things. So it's not like, it's not even like I have to speculate on this. You just have to listen to Powell himself. Shout out to Skags for the gold buy. I took profit before 9:30. Oh, that boy said I'm out of there. Alright. How can I become the next Roaring Kitty? Kyle, I'm gonna troll you, bro. But you know I love you. How can you become the next Roaring Kitty? You definitely don't start by shilling Soul Note. So that's rule number one. You don't shill a project when it's at its highs and people are looking for extra liquidity. So that's number one probably, because Roaring Kitty takes his people with him typically. So, but you know I love you, brother. You know I do. But that's not the right path to to being like Roaring Kitty. Oh, all right, Gold. What do we got going on here? The DXY going for a serious push? Really? Boy said cold. Nah, I mean, listen. Kyle always knows he's gonna get the cold, hard, honest truth with me. So if he wasn't prepared for that, that's his that's his own fault. And I only say that to him because I know he's trying to get me in there too. So I'm speaking from my personal text message perspective there. And it's got nothing to do with Kyle. It's got everything to do with the other people. The other people that are in it, that are using my boy Kyle. I still meant, yeah, you should have just took your money, bro. If I were you, I would have taken everything at $1. Told Justin Saini he can go F himself. Nothing against Justin, but I mean, at the end of the day, I know he the one behind pumping it, so never forget that generational wealth dip. You too could be down 30%. Alright, let me stop trolling. Boys out there trying to do their best. They trying their best. Their best isn't very good, but they trying. Don't worry, I'm over here talking shit, but meanwhile, the play that I called Tuker is just sitting at break even. So, I mean, just ignore me. What do I know? Probably was the right move. I mean, I listen. I know you too. I know you risk for you just chilling. I mean, hey, like I said, I hope they do get some volume, and ultimately it is a success. I'm not trying to be a hater, but they make it very easy to be. So, I mean, put it this way. Put it this way. If you have videos of Darwin Lopez calling you out, there's already a problem. There's like you've already hit like a level that there's just no recovery from. If he's got to be like the person that speaks out about, like there's no recovering from that. So like when I saw that, all I could do was laugh. That's I mean, at the end of the day, I should just sell single Bitcoin miners for like 5K a piece. Um, yeah, I mean, to build a Bitcoin miner that's actually effective, though, it's a pretty wealthy investment. It's you need some pretty good components. That is tough, not gonna lie. Yeah, it is tough for that boy to be the spokesperson of reason is crazy. All right, Gold, what are we doing here, baby girl? I'm not liking this. DXY ain't even doing anything drastic. What are you out here doing right now? And Q still not doing too much after the open. Came down a little bit. Oil. Matt, you got the retest to the OB, bro. Are you still in this? You still in oil shorts? Oil shorts aren't a terrible idea. Again, you have this nice liquidity grab, engulfing candle of higher volume. Again, you got the trend against you, which is really annoying. But if you could reclaim below here, wouldn't be such a bad trade if you can get this candle to go bearish. Yeah, not a trade that I'm in though. Bro, how do some people have the pre-market action on GME? How do I get that? Do I have to pay for that? Oh, it's because I don't have the CBOE data. Ah, I see. I see. Is that what it is? It must be. Well, I'm not paying for that just to watch GME, so... Yeah, we'll see if some of this stuff turns around here. I mean, Nvidia grabbing some liquidity. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if Nvidia actually fades off, considering it's now the stock split day for them. NQ with a little bit of recovery here. ES, yeah, ES pushing back from that level. Starting to run a little hot now as well. Again, there's just more of that that new logic in action. Again, that's still protected price, it would seem. Send a Tuker next. Yeah, we'll see, man. I'm holding strong. I'm either going hero or zero on that one. Full mode in AU without the volume confirmation from the live OB. Yeah, that's can't be mad at that loss, brother. Can't be mad. Push the RTH button besides. I probably should explore some of these buttons more, huh? What's this do? Oh, extended. Funny. Gotcha. Oh, ew. Can I get these? How do I get these atrocious fucking things off of here now? Oh boy, is this just my chart settings? Probably. How do I get this? Yeah, get this. This is god awful. TY, friend. There we go. Yeah, crazy overnight price action. Right back up to 44 though here at the open, so seems like the degenerates are taking care of it. Degenerate said, "Don't worry, we'll hold the line." Let's take a look at that AUD USD for you. See, the thing is though, where did you even have an engulfing candle? Never mind confirmed by volume. That's what I'm confused by. Yeah, looks like this dollar index don't want to give me any favors up here, huh? It's probably going to make a better trade next week. A 905 candle. 905 Eastern? I would take it. Okay. And this even gave you a chance to get out of it. Yeah, this stuff is just dripping. This either turns around right at 10 a.m. or this is going to be a dud and we'll have to come back next week. We'll probably look to play maybe the lone candle here. That might be the wisest thing to do unless we get a nice 10 a.m. turnaround. If we get a 10 a.m. turnaround, I will add to my position. Because again, I'm in it for science reasons. But if it develops with a little bit nicer of a setup, I'm out. You guys are now you're playing 3-minute candles, brother. What is it about AU that you guys like so much here? This thing is just smacking y'all, huh? Not even an engulfing there, man. Shit's not looking good. GC gonna take it. Again, I'm currently risk managed at 2320. The question is whether or not I wanna now add to my position like planned if we filled this wick out. I think I want to give it some more time to filter out the data. Otherwise, I'll just take my 4 science loss and we'll close out. But if we turn around here, I'm most definitely adding to my position. And I'll hold into the end of day close. Preferably we bounce a little bit and then we push down right at 10 a.m. And then we could take the turnaround of the 10 a.m. candle. Somebody tweeted, say goodbye to those Fed rate cuts. Bro, what makes you want to say goodbye to the Fed rate cut? What? First off, who's even expecting cuts? That's number one. Who's even expecting cuts?
Before Shopify, were you wondering where my sales at?
No, I was not wondering that before Shopify, honestly. This is a built-in ad? Oh my god. Oh no, it's just an ad I can't skip. Okay. Neato burrito there. Come on.
Try gift mode on Etsy now.
Alright, dollar index. What are we doing here, baby girl? See, look, see, this is what I'm saying. The broader market is not this. This is definitely a bullshit NFP result. Even I'm reading comments even on Twitter. And here's a comment that I agree with. Again, it says everyone know this will be revised down by at least 80k. Rate cuts coming next week. Nah, I don't think about rate cuts coming next week. That's still out of the scope of what I believe. But I do believe that it will be revised down. Yeah, see, here's another great comment. They have to cut rates. Banks are insolvent. Federal interest payments exceed military spending. The debt spiral is starting. Inflation is the only option. Yeah, these comments are so... These comments are so split between. Wow, some people are saying, like, yeah, we need rate cuts. Some people are saying that it just won't happen until after the election. Yeah, again, here's another highlight. Again, full-time workers down 625, part-time workers plus 286, meaning 408,000 jobs are lost. That's what I'm saying, dude. I don't see how they don't. I still don't see how they don't revise NFP. I really don't. This all smells like data manipulation to me. Yeah, we'll have our answer here on gold soon. I don't know if we'll 2309. Definitely an option. Let me just go take a look at CFD. I mean, so the thing with gold too is like this daily candle is fucking disgusting. So like fighting this daily candle is gonna be one of the hardest things you could probably try to even do today. This is already at 2308 though. Not looking to reverse this candle by any measure, just looking to not close so aggressive. Yeah, man, it really depends on if they want to keep pumping this market off this NFP number, I suppose. But I'm still going to be prepared to fade this in the coming... Like, all next week, I'm going to be looking to fade this. We have CPI coming out next week. We need to prepare for that. Again, we have to keep in mind that energy was up last CPI reading. Oil is now trading much lower than it was previously. So energy probably sees a decrease. Again, unless it's for some reason manipulated otherwise. But if energy does come down, we should be looking at like a 0.2, 0.3% change in inflation, which would bring us down to like 3.1, which is really close to that 2% range. So I don't know, man. I'm still trying to front run all of that. But if this moves another 50 or so ticks, I'll probably be out. But if it moves up 50 ticks, I'm probably gonna add on to it and see how we close the day. Just reading through Twitter here, fam. So many tweets about GME. Ah, it's falling again. NQ, what are you doing? NQ is holding up pretty well. Yeah, oil pushing that up back up. ES still working out pretty well. Gold just being a pain in my ass. Yeah, maybe I should have bought indices, man. Maybe I should have played that instead. Interesting. Boom, boom. You sent the markup? Let me go take a look at that for you, brother. Oh, you still have... I wonder if you can change that in Top Step too. Can you do the contract thing on Top Step charts? Because you should be able to hit this adjust for, but I guess they don't have this on. I guess they don't have this. Hide chart no settings. I guess you can't. Yeah, I know, but so it's like this, right? So it's like if I go, oops. Like if you look at your chart looks like this. You see the difference? Pay attention to that low, right? I adjust it, it looks like that. You don't adjust it, it looks like this. Same thing with these lows over here. You see? Unadjusted, or this is adjusted, this is unadjusted. So you want to adjust it for the contract changes, so you get the kind of continuous market structure. I don't think you can change that on Top Step X though. I'll be honest, I don't analyze on Top Step X. I only analyze on TradingView. Yeah, no problem. I learned that earlier earlier this week myself, so. And GameStop trading was halted. Oh, of course it was. Maybe not. Alright, we got the 10 o'clock open here. Oil's still holding below that, huh? Family, I think I'm going to... I don't know if I want to add onto this or not, but I think I'm going to bring my average price down some. I just run the 2320 low. The dollar index refuses to quit. I give this a little 5 more minutes or so. Consensus. Oh, what's going on, Mike? Consensus revenue was 995 million. They only. Yeah, I mean, as far as like their earnings went, but there's less about there's less about their earnings, brother, and it's more about the fact they moved their earnings up a whole week just so they could flood the market with shares. And again, I don't know how many of that 70 million shares or whatever actually gets deployed today, but even if like only a percentage of it does, it's still a pretty decent percentage. Tradeovate offers CME group live data for 12 a month, cheaper than TradingView, minus the pro features. Yeah, I've talked about this before. Like, if you guys are trading with Top Step or your own funded futures accounts, like your own personal futures accounts, there's 2 things you can do, because you don't get data with Top Step, especially when using Top Step X. So you can either then go and pay for data through TradingView, or you can get it cheaper somewhere else. Like, again, you can buy, you know, if Apex has like a 90% off deal, you can buy like the smallest Apex account, you know, for whatever it is, like $11 a month, $9 a month, and then just don't even trade on it. Just pay the $9 a month, and then just log in on TradingView, and you know, then you'll have the data. So you could definitely do that, whether it's Tradeovate or Apex or wherever, and they give you that cheaper. I really have no benefit of TradingView Pro most days, but since I'm gonna be getting super educational and making more YouTube videos and stuff like that, I'm gonna have access to the replay feature, which I'm gonna obviously need for that, so I don't mind paying for that. And then the 2 chart thing is pretty cool too. Again, sometimes this is kind of annoying, but it's always nice to be able to kind of maybe put the DXY in one spot and something else over here. So it's not a terrible deal, but again, if you don't need all that stuff, again, you can get a cheap Apex account, or again, Tradeovate for like $12 a month. Alright, I'm gonna watch for 5 more minutes here, and then I'm gonna make a decision about what I want to do for the day. And then I have to go watch this video, because I want to see somebody's reaction to Season 3, Episode 9 of Game of Thrones. By the way, I don't know, Matt, if you're still here, bro, let me know. Let me know what season and episode you're on. Because I'm very, very much gonna want your thoughts on Season 3, Episode 9 as well. And I know you were like late Season 2, so you might be getting somewhat close. But yeah, when you get there, brother, Season 3, Episode 9, I'm gonna need to know how you feeling about that. Alright. I'm on Season 3, Episode 2. Okay, we getting there. So yeah, I'm gonna need your opinion on two episodes out of that season. Season 3, Episode 4, I think. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Nope, yeah, just 3x9. Just 3x9. Not 3x4. I think it's 4x4 is the other one. But yeah, when you get to episode 9, you let me know. Alright, Gold, you're not looking too well for me. DXY, not wanting to do anything. I don't think I'm gonna add to you unless you can get back above that 23-28. Just don't think that this is gonna give me what I want here. We'll see what this produces, but I'm losing faith that we're gonna get this move today. I guess I would rather just replay this next week. I'll also have my 150k XFA next week. So, fuck, if this wants to keep pushing and we're able to scalp this all next week, that'll be fine. But I'm gonna give it a few more minutes to see what it wants to do. Takes me some time to watch, but I'll get there. Yeah, you're not that far. You'll be there. You'll be there in 2-3 weeks, probably. You know, if you're averaging an episode every couple of days. DXY turning around a little bit. Okay, it's what we like to see. Come on now. Average and my price should move down here somewhere. Come on, DXY, show us something. Don't have all your volume being just the news candle. That's not cool. Alright, I think I'm gonna commit to this, family. I'm gonna take another position here on gold, another contract. And I'm gonna run that 23-20 as my stop. We're gonna stay committed to this. All right, family. There we go. My average price is 2332.7 officially. Why do I have different pricing between this? What is the price here? 23. Why do I have different pricing from this? Guess I don't. Yeah, I have my average there, and I'm running 2320 as my stop. And I'm gonna wrap up my day there. Again, I'm gonna look for see maybe if we can push back up. If we don't, I take the L. So be it. NQ and ES. ES is still recovering way nicer than NQ. And again, with that new execution model, I'll kind of be breaking down to you guys. Is still holding pretty well there. Again, maybe the DXY holds, maybe it doesn't. We will see. And I will go from there. I manage my day from there. Live OB on AU, but is it actually a live OB though? That's the thing. That's the question, because you guys keep saying there's live OBs and there's not. Technically not volume confirmed. I'll take one more contract here on gold too. That barely changed anything. But yeah, family, I'm gonna wrap this up here. I want to go get some food before the Roaring Kitty stream here. I will be in attendance into his stream at noon. Kind of curious to see what he has to say, see what he has to do. I'm curious if he speaks on the earnings at all, and what they did last night to kind of open up more shares to the float and stuff like that. So I'll be in his stream at noon. I'll also update you guys on anything that he kind of says in regards to that. Not that I have any exposure to GME in any which way, but I'll be paying attention just for the memes, really. But yeah, family, love and appreciate y'all. I will see you guys next week, probably on Sunday or Monday for a market overview. And of course, expect some new upcoming educational YouTube videos here across next week. Love and appreciate y'all, family. It's your boy Skag, and I'm tuning out to go and eat. Enjoy the music on your way out.